Yeah, buddy, we back, baby, for another episode. We got some real drama happening out there with Coco Gauff and the umpire. What is he doing, man? We're getting into Cam Newton. He was in a brawl? Cam 6'5", 280 in a brawl. We also talking about Eric Bieniemy going to UCLA. Feels like a step down, but hey, that's not on me. And then what is up with all these players getting hurt when the other fans storm the court?
They ought to have better discipline.
Boom. Everything and more coming right here on Son of a Gun. Welcome to the show, baby. Super excited. I'm here with my guy, Michael DeBro. How we feeling?
Hey, feeling good. Glad to be here. Welcome. How you doing?
I was doing good. I was doing good until I was on my way to the studio. You mind if I rant for just 1 second? On my way to the studio, right? Okay. If you're a speed demon, if you've never looked at a speed limit sign, if you have road rage, I'm not talking to you. This is not for you. Turn your ears off, okay? If you look at the speed limit, and it has any other effect in you than just be a suggestion, this is for you. Get out of the way. Move. Get out of the left lane. What are you doing? What are you doing? 5 over?
Move,
in the left lane?
Get out the way.
Thank you. Get out of the way.
Get out the way.
Or compress the right stick at the bottom of your panel in your vehicle. Move. And I'm not in a rush, and I'm not late. But get out of the way. It gets me so heated. If when the police pull you over, if you don't say, dang, they caught me, get out of the left lane. Move.
Dispatch, this is M59. Shots fired. Send back up.
Godly, man. So, yeah, no, but now I feel a lot better.
Woosah.
Yeah, I feel good. Because I don't even have road rage. That's the thing. I don't even have road rage, but get out of the way, please. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one, in a road incident to try to fight. Unlike these kids at Cam Newton's camp. Video leaked earlier this weekend, man. Cam Newton gets in a fight, tries to get jumped by 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes at his camp. And it looks really bad for the kids.
So I want to know why Cam picking up and beating up on little boys and carrying on. What's up with that? He's a grown man.
He is. He's 6'5", 285, and played in the NFL. What are we doing?
And he's picking on 15-year-olds that lost in the 7-on-7?
No. So if you've ever seen any of Cam's videos of his 7-on-7s, these kids just have no respect now. These kids are over there talking about you're a free agent in the NFL, blase, you ain't this, that, blah. Talking crazy to him like his resume isn't solidified and he's not one of the best college quarterbacks and a better, a regular season MVP, almost won a Super Bowl, Superman, got the dab famous like he's not, solidified as a football player. These kids don't know respect. That's what it is.
I see. Well, you seen the video, right?
Yes, yeah.
The whole video, who started it, who won, who ended up on top, but Cam's head didn't even move, man.
It didn't even move an inch. The feather on it didn't even flutter. Didn't even flutter like, yo. So when the video I saw, when it starts, boom, that one dude's got a wide open shot at Cam. Yeah. And
Tasty.
I mean, he just.
Tasty.
Thank you. Come again. I mean, he looked so unbothered by the whole situation.
Well, right. And as he should have been, right? What did you say? 6'5", 290. He's 40 years old. Yeah, that ain't bothering him no more. Now, when 15, he probably would have had something, but he's
right.
And what I would have loved to have seen is he put one over his lap.
See, I thought I was crazy for wanting that. At least get right on one of them. You know
Just
what I'm saying?
one.
Like, you know,
Just-
because he did do the right thing, right?
He did.
He did the right thing.
He did.
He didn't hurt
He
any-
didn't. He didn't do my thing, because I'd have set an example. Them jokers, them other 6, yeah, they've been like little ants.
Right. I really wanted him to just pick up one of them and slam him.
Just one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Like, just show him. Just show me what you can do, Cam. Like, yo, this sounds crazy saying it out loud, but yo, hit a kid, bro.
Because deep down inside, we don't condone violence,
No, we don't.
but there is a time and a place for it.
And it was there at that camp at the 7-on-7 when those little kids thought they could try you. Because now, see, this is what kids do, right? This is what kids do, which I've learned. I'm coaching the 8-year-old team with my buddy Jay Mott, right? And I never coached before. I never really dealt with kids. But what they'll do is, right, they got one of them will just test the waters. He's just going to try you one time, right? Just try you, see what you're going to do. All right, you let that slide, then 2 kids. Let me see. The water looks nice out here. They're going to test the waters. Next thing you know, everybody is testing you.
You got
right?
anarchy.
Anarchy, right? And then it comes to the point where you have no other option but physical violence, right? Because then words don't work because they're just in the water playing around, splashing around, right? So you have to get physical, unfortunately. Thankfully for me, I caught it quick, right? When that second kid dipped his toe, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and put the gloves down, baby. Take off. Yeah. Take off, right?
And it reminds me of when I was a parent back in the day when I had little kids. That first time, I'm trying to set it straight right then because I know kids, and it's all right. Kids being kids going to always be kids. They're going to test the water. My job, I'm the lifeguard.
So, that's wild.
And I got witnesses.
You do. You do. But, hey, I will say this. Hey, well, let me just comment on that real quick, and then you can say whatever you want to say. I will say maybe that did happen, maybe it didn't. But for sure, times have changed. And my feet are comfy in the water right now. I'm swimming in the waves. But anyway, go ahead, man. Whatever you're going to say.
So, what do you think the ramifications going to be for Cam over this whole situation, if any at all?
So, I think that the reason he's putting on the camp is for, people who can't afford to go to Peyton Manning camp and things like that. So, I think that he's doing it for the community, right? Yeah. If he was doing it for himself, like just, my name's on this camp, some players came here and then went pro, blah, blah. If he was doing it for himself, bang it, done. I'm done. Why do I need to be out here? I got a podcast that's going crazy. I'm already a millionaire from the league. I got sponsors. I'm doing very well in life. I'm banging it if it was for him. But,
so he's done in the NFL is what you're saying. Anyway, he was done anyway in the NFL. He's not coming back to the NFL.
No.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just putting it out there, just solidifying it.
Yeah, after his second stint with the Carolina Panthers, he was cooked. Yeah. I mean, great player, but at a time his body just gave out. He had the shoulder thing and couldn't really throw. And now people are a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. He's not a young buck anymore. So yes, his NFL career it's solid. I think he had a great career. But yeah, it is over with. Okay. It is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, cool.
You get no argument.
Okay, cool. And so that brings us to another NFL coach, Eric Bieniemy. Just inked a 2-year deal to be the UCLA's offensive coordinator. Right? Blows me, doesn't it?
It is. It is very disappointing.
It makes no sense. I don't get it.
So I guess we need to ask the questions though. But why? Why does he continue to be overlooked by the NFL as far as head coaching, especially this last situation in Washington, where that football team certainly could use his expertise and his experience, especially that he brought over from Kansas City. So to me, he was the head coach in waiting all that interview process, the Rooney Rule, and all of, he was already there. So why he's not the Washington coach? Why?
Mind blowing. What did Sam Howell throw for the most yards in the NFL on a garbage team? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Clearly, he knows what he's doing. He took the Kansas City Chiefs, but, Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, doesn't matter. Their offense was explosive. I mean, still is, but it was one of the best, if not the best, offense in the league, right?
So is that what hurt him? Because Kansas City has proven after he's left that they have continued right on. They've changed out coaches. They've changed out players. They end up in the Super Bowl. Some people are starting to liken them to the Patriots. I don't get it personally, but it is what it is. So could that be something against him?
Maybe it could, but he should have been signed as a head coach right after they won the Super Bowl and he was on the block for looking for a job. He should have been signed right there. So all that other stuff shouldn't have mattered. Right now, years later, yeah, it probably does. You can say, plug and play kind of thing with the OC, right?
Right.
So they did, even though their offense was way down this year.
Correct.
Okay. But I think he should have been signed, boom, right after you have the best. That's how it works in the NFL. You have the best offense, you win a Super Bowl, your offensive coordinator gets a head coach job. Your defensive coordinator, he wants a job after you win the Super Bowl and y'all had the best defense in the league, he gets a head coach job.
Gets a head coach job.
Right?
Which brings us back to Washington, where he's a coach in waiting. They go out and hire Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn used to be the head coach in Atlanta. So, and he's the defensive coordinator coming over from the Cowboys. What was wrong with their defense? Because they didn't even show up for the Super Bowl. But he did have that Legion of Boom out in Seattle. But my thing is, you said it yourself, the defensive coordinator that just finished the Super Bowl, win or not, he was in the Super Bowl, he's looking for a head coach job. This guy's already had one. You got a guy right there proven in your organization, and you overlook him. Why? Why are you overlooking the enemy? Is he the enemy, or is the enemy within? Here, let's keep going on this one, because even if we put that aside, the other NFL teams need an offensive coordinator. What's going on in New England? They need an offensive coordinator. So
what's going on in Carolina? They signed the guy back in Chicago, but
all these places need offensive coordinators. You got one that's proven both at Washington and at Kansas City that no one wants to hire for a head coach. Why no other team in the NFL doesn't grab him for an offensive coordinator?
It makes no sense. And the other thing that is making it befuddle me, if that is, I don't even know if that's a term, but
we'll take it.
Okay. All these black coaches are getting head coaching jobs and offensive coordinator jobs and defensive coordinator jobs. So It's like, what is it about Eric Bieniemy that is turning these teams off from signing him? Because it's not. I wish I could be like, hey, those white guys don't want to hire the black man, but they are hiring black coaches. Right.
They're just not hiring him.
So what is it?
It is the Bieniemy within. It's got to be.
Did you practice that?
No. These things. I used to watch Sports Center. They just come. So we can kind of say the same thing happened with Belichick, right? He has that reputation. He has had good teams. He's won Super Bowls. But when it came time for him to get a new head coaching job, not this year.
He's 107 years old.
And so I give him that, right? Because that's, and they also let go of Pete Carroll at Seattle. So maybe they're getting rid of all the old coaches.
He's 96.
Which opens more spaces for somebody like Bieniemy, except for the Bieniemy within. And the reason why I keep going back to the Bieniemy within, okay, so they don't want him to be head coach in the NFL. Nobody wants him to be the offensive coordinator in the NFL for their team, for God only knows why. The Bieniemy within. And so then he has to go and get an offensive coordinator job in college, not even a head coaching job. So you were befuddled. Yeah, I like that word. Yeah. So it has to be the Bieniemy within. And then one last thing, and I'm going to leave Eric alone. If you're going to go back to college and be an offensive coordinator, why didn't you go back to your alma mater? Where you still hold records. They need an offensive coordinator. Regardless of who's there, they need you up there with the Buffaloes in Colorado. Now, maybe you and Dion don't get along, but, if y'all don't, that's news. That's where he should have gone. If you just have to settle on being a college offensive coordinator, that would have been the spot. Go back to your alma mater. They love you there.
Yeah, he's been in Kansas City where he's freezing his butt off, right? And then he goes to Washington, which is also very cold. He don't want to go to no Colorado where it's snowing 7 months out of the year. He want to go to sunny California where the hoes at, man. Palm trees, sunny skies. Come on now.
So I get that, but you still got all those records when he played running back there. He still holds those records there. So if he's the offensive coordinator that we think he is, that he has shown us in Kansas City and with Sam Howell over in Washington, he could do wonders with Shador. But it's probably easier at UCLA, like you said.
Yeah. And compensation definitely is a part of it, so.
Listen, I think in Colorado, those Buffalo fans still love Eric Bieniemy, and they still love him enough that compensation wouldn't have been an issue for him there. It just like befuddles me.
Whoa, time out. You're saying that he could have gone to Colorado and made millions of dollars a year to coach their offense?
What I'm saying is, yes, he wouldn't have made what he made in L.A.
What does Dion get? Dion only getting like 4.
Okay.
And you think this OC is going to go to Colorado when they've only had 6 wins in the past 2 seasons and get millions of dollars? What are you talking about?
That's for coming in. That's for coming in. If he can bring some of that NFL style play calling, which is what they want to do in Colorado. That's, Dion said it. That's what they want to do. That's your guy.
What do you need when you want to call pro? What do you need?
2.5. What do you need?
Okay,
2.5 million?
Okay, money man. No, as an offense, what do you need if you want to run a pro style offense?
Well, first you need a flexible quarterback, but you need some receivers.
And what else? What's the most important part of the whole offense when you're trying to run a pro style offense?
You got to have offensive line.
Thank you. And what are they garbage at?
So do you not? If you're in the transfer portal now, and it's going to reopen again, and or you are a senior, especially in state, and you got Dion and Bieniemy as a defensive player, is that not going to excite you? He took Travis Hunter, the number 1 pick in the country, and took him to Jackson State. You think they're not going to get some 3.5, 4, 5-star offensive linemen? Them guys want to win. They want to play. They want to win.
I can go to Georgia and sit the bench as a 4-star, get infinite NIL money, or I can go play my freshman year at Colorado and look to my left and right and see no-starred offensive linemen that I'm just going to get bombarded, which is then going to backfire on me and make me look terrible. I'm not going to Colorado. Sorry, buddy.
The thing about technology today that you mentioned earlier, it's good enough to isolate on one specific player. And that's what they'll do before he even gets to the combine. Oh, he'll be in the Senior Bowl. He'll be in all the Shrine games. He'll be in all those senior games because he's a good player, regardless of what happens on the side of him. If you notice that when these guys get drafted, the offensive linemen, when they get drafted, one team doesn't grab all 5. They grab what they need out of those 5. And so if he's the best one, somebody's going to come calling. Regardless of what happens with the team, regardless of the record, they're still going to come calling. So I just think he missed a shot. If he, talking about Bieniemy,
the Bieniemy within me.
It's got to be the Bieniemy within, right? It has to be. If to settle for an OC job at UCLA, it's mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling. It just makes you scratch your head. I can see why so many coaches, maybe that's why he's bald-headed. It's crazy. But I digress. You got another bullet?
Yeah. let's jump right in. Let's jump right into Coco Gauff. I don't know if y'all saw it. More drama with her. They're trying to cheat her, right? First serve, she hits it. Ref calls out. She challenges, wins the challenge. But the ref says you got to replay the point because I called out as soon as you hit it. And so it didn't give your opponent a fair chance to hit the ball back.
Okay, that sounds fair.
It sounds fair. Is that what really happened?
Coco Gauff was very adamant. Here's a look at the play. One more time.
Out.
So Coco Gauff is correct, is that she hit the ball first, and then the chair umpire called it out after.
Yep.
So Coco Gauff is right in that occasion.
Because then she said, hey, all gravy. Let's go get the supervisor and explain this to me because the way you're saying it doesn't make sense. And he refused. He refused to get the supervisor.
The supervisor?
Yeah, the supervisor is the one who comes over, explains rules to the players because the judge and the player can't seem to get on the same page. You get the supervisor, mediate the whole situation, explain what's happening, and usually they go from there. But she said, that's fine. It's in my right. Let's go ahead and let's get the supervisor over here so we can clear this all up. And he refused to get the supervisor.
You ever call a customer service representative at the bank when your check is short? And you get to fighting and arguing and talking with them, and they ain't putting up. And you ask for the supervisor, what happens? Mm-hmm. I am the supervisor.
Yep.
So the referee, in this case, basically saying, although he's not, I don't need to call a supervisor. Right. And how did she react to that?
She said, this is crazy. She said, this is my right to call the supervisor. Like, go get him. I don't know why you're refusing it. Like, it's my right to ask for the supervisor to come explain the rule. And he just kept refusing. He's like, no, I called it out. Like, that's it. Replay the point.
So do you think it would have been within his right to then throw her out?
No. Because she's asking for something that you get that is in your right as a player to receive that benefit. Okay. So why get thrown out?
Well, I used to be a baseball coach, and we had a little problem, and I went out to talk to the referee, and he had the rule wrong. And so I said, well, let's get the tournament supervisor. He's like, no, we don't need the tournament supervisor. I'm telling you what the rule is. But he had the rule wrong. And so I was trying to explain to him how he had it wrong. I asked his buddy to explain to him that the rule is wrong, but no, he wouldn't listen to it. So I kept saying, we can't restart the game until we get the supervisor.
Did you raise your voice at all?
Not even a level. I don't even think the fans could hear me. And you know what? He dumped me.
Mm-hmm. Right. What age group were you coaching at that time?
That was 11-year-olds.
11-year-olds. Where at?
That was down in Panama City Beach.
Okay, Panama City Beach, 11-year-olds. Yep. So I'm guessing this ref was making $100 this game. This is Coco Gauff. She is a professional, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the refs get paid a lot of money to do the right thing. So I think the situations are a little different, but I understand that you still have trauma from that.
Do they get paid to do the right thing, or do they just get paid for being there? Because it seems like whatever he did was the right thing.
No.
Right? What did the supervisor say when she showed up?
The supervisor never came. That was the whole thing.
That's my point. The referee did all he was going to do. Now let's play.
Well, she went on to win the next 3 sets and trashed her opponent and moved on to the quarterfinals.
Hey, you go, girl.
So, yeah, you definitely saw her
elevate.
Take that personal.
That was the point where I think they say black girls rock.
Mm-hmm. Black girl magic. Bang, bang, bang. So,
and I tell you what's interesting about this. This isn't like it's the first time this has happened to her. Mm-mm. And so she won the U.S. Open, but had a little scuffle with the referee there too. And
wasn't it like the pace of play thing?
It was the pace of play, and she was like, "Hey, let's go. I'm ready. I'm serving. She needs to be ready. I am serving." Yeah. And again, the referee is like, and so, what is that? What is that? So. We'll have to continue to watch this as it goes on, but I do like that she kept her demeanor, right? She fought for her right, but at no time did she, take him to the alley, because and so that's just a good role model. So that's a good thing. So I applaud. I applaud that. Way to go, Coco.
Good job. Serena 2.0. Nah. Chill out. She half the size of Serena. Cut it out.
Right. So she's what? She's 2 weeks away from 20. So she's got time to get there, right?
Well, Serena was what, number one when she was 14 years old or something like that?
Probably.
So, okay, anyway.
Yeah.
She did a great job. She didn't call him out of his name,
No.
and we respect it.
Right.
We respect it. You know what I cannot respect?
What's that?
I cannot respect this Duke player who said who victimized himself, said he got injured because the fans ran on the court and he twisted his ankle. I don't know, might be out next game. Did you see the video?
Well, you know, the guy's named Kyle Filipowski.
Yep.
No relation to Frank Ski. But I guess, you know, in his defense, he got ran over. He just flat got ran over. He got ran over. They almost broke his ankle. There's something that's got to be done stopping these fools from rushing the court because people are getting hurt. This is the second one. People are getting hurt. So it's got to stop. It's just got to stop.
Okay, so clearly you didn't see the video. From my point of view, when I watched the video, what I saw, which can we put that up on the screen? So look at this man. Look, he clearly extends his arm like he sees the guy running, and he puts his foot out to trip him. And then when he trips him, now he want to act all victimized like they came. Clearly, he was mad about the loss in Wake Forest, and then he put his foot out and tripped him. Okay, and I don't want to hear none of this. No, we can't rush the court because no one's getting injured. He clearly stuck his foot out, did all this extracurricular things, and then played the victim. The same exact thing Caitlin Clark did. If you saw that video, that one actually had me heated. Because what are we doing? I am a LeBron fan. But when he wasn't getting fouls called on him, he started flopping. She took that one right out of his book. That is a flop 101. And then she gonna hold it like she got crushed by the other girl. Bang, went down to the ground, face planted, bang, popped right back up and kept going because she's a human being. She's just a regular student. She smacked the court, got up, didn't feel a thing. Caitlin Clark is an athlete, and she flopped and then played the victim. They both played the victim. Her and what is his name? The Duke center. Kyle Filipowski.
So you know what? After seeing the videos, I see what you're saying. He deliberately right here stuck his foot out. So if he's hurt, it's his own fault. You should have been trying to get out of the way. And actually, if I'm the person that quote unquote hurt his foot, at this point I might be wanting to take him to court.
Sue.
Because he stuck his foot out there to hurt me, and he got hurt. Hey, and now this Caitlin Clark business, that's
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she can see her coming. She bumps into her, throws her hands out, flails around. Yep, that's LeBron-esque. That is LeBron-esque. Oh man,
old LeBron.
Wow, that is yeah, not new LeBron because nobody's touching it. Yeah, so yep. Wow.
So I can't respect it. Do I think that they should put an outlaw on bum rushing the field? No. If I'm in college, right, and my team is an underdog, not supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, and then somehow I go to the game just in case they upset them, and then they do, and now you're saying I can't go celebrate with everyone else at the school? Like, I feel like that alone drives up attendance at the games, right? There's a slim chance that we can bum rush the court and celebrate with everybody after this game.
You ever seen that movie with Keke Palmer and Ice Cube called, what is that, The Long Shots?
Yes.
Where she's the girl quarterback or whatever, and they go to Florida and do whatever. You know, in one of the scenes in there, he showed them, he let them all dance to show what they would do if they scored a touchdown. And then he showed them what he did. and that's give the ball back to the referee.
Yep, I
and
remember
he
that.
told them, quote unquote, act like you've been here before. All these students rushing the court after a basketball game when there's no defense. Forget about security. They got 18 guys standing around for 30,000 people. Forget about that. That's not even going to happen. But they should act like they've been there before. Talking about the fans, the students. Act like you've been there before. That's what he said. Act like you've been there before. So whereas I think Kyle and Caitlin are not the victims, that whole rushing the court, I mean, we're seeing that every week now all of a sudden.
I'm an 18 to 22-year-old young male who goes to a school that's not supposed to be good at basketball, and I've been drinking for this game, and then we underdog beat these dudes. Yeah, I've never been there before. I'm going crazy, right? And then this is what I'll say. This is the last thing I'll say about that also. None of these people are rushing the court with malintent. If there was malintent, if they like ran up to Caitlin Clark and like tried to punch her in the side of the head, or Filipowski, if they like tried to run and like kick him or hurt him, sure, yep, get the security out there, bang it. But they're just going out there to celebrate with their team and the other fans in the stands. They're not going out there with malintent. So, hey, I say party on.
So let me ask you this now, because it is the coaches that are doing a lot of the, we need to stop it. We got to stop it. We got to do something. Do we need to do anything? A, B, are the coaches serious, or is this just a press conference kind of feed?
Press conference. I mean, there's no way they do anything about it anytime soon. So I say keep rushing the court. Forget about these coaches, man. These coaches, because then their player plays victim, and then they gotta play. Oh, this is the worst thing ever. I mean, this guy, they almost ripped his freaking leg off, bro. He tripped the dude.
Yep.
Get him out of here, bro. Stop.
And so deep down inside, I like seeing them on the football. I like seeing it at the football field. I like when that happens. I like seeing it when it happens in the super regionals in baseball. And I think once we get into March Madness and we start the big dance, I expect to see it some there too as well, which to me is okay. It's called for. That's the right thing to do. So, hey, Tyrese, give me some of that Coke over there. Thank you, man. You got another bullet?
Wow, that's wild. No, I do not. I think that's our whole show. The producer's in my ear saying we got to wrap it up. Pat McAfee show's coming on right after this. So I just want to know, what are your final thoughts? Because me personally, hey, keep storming the court. Players, act like you've been there before. Finesse around the people, storming the court, get in the locker room. Stop playing victim. Bieniemy, I don't know what's happening, and I'm still befuddled. You should be a head coach in the NFL somewhere, especially over Dan Quinn. We saw what he did in Atlanta. Cam Newton, you did the right thing. I wish you didn't. I wish you hit some kids and sent them home angry. But at the end of the day, you still look like a good man. So nice job, Cam Newton.
So my final shot, I'll take a shot at the NBA. I know we didn't really talk about any of that tonight. I watched the game the other night between the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns, where the Lakers got beat by the Suns. But here's my fascination with that. Were there any referees there? There was 14 fouls called against the Lakers, 12 against Phoenix. A whole NBA game, we have 26 whistles. Where's the defense? 139, 128. Yeah.
Well,
so
hey.
You know what? Black History Month is about to come to a close, and it's been a fascinating. We get one extra day this year, so we gotta like that. But really, what I want to say, Jay, you've been the son of a gun. I'm still bringing the boom, baby.
Yeah, and that's going to do it from Paper Mill Productions, baby. Son of a gun signing off. Catch us next week. You heard.